This generator set is powered by a Caterpillar D337F Diesel engine coupled to a 150 kilowatts Kato generator. The D337F is a large V8 industrial diesel commonly produced in the late 1950s through the 1960s for heavy-duty applications. Designed for continuous stationary use, this genset was typically used to supply 600-volt electrical power for factories, industrial plants, and remote facilities. After more than 20 years of inactivity, the engine was successfully cold-started without ether, demonstrating the durability and robust engineering of Caterpillar industrial diesel engines. The Samson Sieve grip tractor is a rare American three-wheel tractor built by Samson Iron Works around 1914 to 1917. It was designed for orchards and fieldwork, using its distinctive open sieve grip rear wheels to improve traction while reducing soil compaction. Powered by a gasoline flathead engine, 6 to 12 horsepower or 10 to 25 horsepower, it is operated with hand controls and a hand crank, delivering a slow, powerful pull and a deep chest-thumping exhaust note. The Paxman V12 YHAZ is a V12 four-stroke diesel engine built around the mid-1950s, notably supplied in 1957. It was used as a standby generator set for dockyards and naval facilities. Naturally aspirated and mechanically injected, it operates at steady speed to drive an alternator, providing reliable auxiliary electrical power. This video features a 1917 Fairbanks-Morse 2-cylinder 75 HP semi-diesel engine being air-started at the Arizona Early Day Gas Engine and Tractor Association show. Engines of this type were widely used in the early 20th century to power industrial machinery, pumps, and generators. The air starting system highlights early heavy engine technology, while the fuel system and pumping lubricator demonstrate robust engineering from around 1917, showcasing the reliability and mechanical simplicity of Fairbanks-Morse engines. This Yanmar 16-horsepower single-cylinder diesel engine was produced mainly from the 1950s to the 1960s for agricultural irrigation and stationary power use. It is known for its slow speed, strong torque, and distinctive tong-tong exhaust sound. Operation involves manual decompression, hand cranking, and simple fuel injection. Such engines were widely used for water pumps, generators, and farm machinery, and remain valued today for their durability and historical significance. The McCormick Deering 15-30 tractor, produced between 1921 and about 1928, was designed for heavy farm work such as plowing, belt-driven threshing, and hauling. Powered by a 4-cylinder engine running on gasoline or kerosene, it was manually operated with hand controls and a sliding gear transmission, marking an important step toward mechanized agriculture. This Hornsby oil engine is a 5-horsepower slow-running engine built around 1908 by Richard Hornsby and Sons. It was designed for stationary and portable work such as pumping water, driving farm machinery, small industry, and power generation. The engine runs on heavy oil and uses a hot bulb-style vaporizing chamber where fuel is heated and ignited without a spark once fully warmed. Starting required preheating the bulb, after which the engine could run steadily at very low RPM. Its slow, rhythmic operation, strong torque, and reliability made it highly valued in agriculture and early mechanized industry worldwide. The 10-horsepower International Harvester Type M engine, built in the early 1910s, was designed for heavy farm and industrial work. In this display, it powers a rock crusher, showing its steady operation, reliability, and practical working strength. This Blackstone spring injection diesel engine, built around the 1920s-1930s, is a classic stationary power unit. Designed for industrial duties, it was commonly used to drive pumps and machinery, delivering steady torque and reliable operation. The Holt 75 track-type tractor, produced from 1913 to 1924, was used for heavy agriculture, hauling, and military logistics. Its track design provided strong traction on soft ground, influencing early tank development during World War I. Antique rock crusher, built around the early 1900s, demonstrated at the 2015 Canandaigua Pageant of Steam, crushing stone for road and farm use, powered by a roomly oil pull tractor. This Caterpillar D4 crawler tractor is a classic example of early heavy construction machinery, produced roughly between the late 1940s and late 1950s. Designed for durability, the D4 was widely used for earth moving, land clearing, road building, and farm work. It was powered by a reliable 4-cylinder diesel engine, such as the D4400 or later D315, known for strong, low-speed torque. The narrow and wide gauge versions allowed operation on different terrains. Its worn surfaces and patina reflected decades of hard, practical service. This Fairbanks-Morse twin-cylinder stationary diesel engine is a large American industrial power unit, built in the early 1920s to early 1930s. It uses a simple two-stroke, water-cooled design with air starting, making it extremely reliable for continuous operation. Engines like this were widely used to drive sawmills, cotton gins, mining equipment, and electrical generators. Its slow, powerful firing strokes deliver steady torque, reflecting the rugged engineering that made Fairbanks-Morse engines trusted workhorses of early industrial America. The original Stanley steamer car engine, produced mainly between 1902 and the early 1920s, is a two-cylinder, double-acting steam engine designed for automobile use. Its primary purpose was smooth and powerful road transport without a gearbox or clutch. Steam from a vertical fire tube boiler drove the pistons on both strokes, delivering high torque from a standstill. Power was transmitted directly to the rear axle through gearing, while speed was controlled by a steam throttle. The engine operated quietly, smoothly, and reliably, representing an advanced and practical approach to early automotive propulsion. The Allen 6S37 Diesel is a large stationary engine from the late 1930s to early 1940s, producing 500 bhp at 375 revolutions per minute, used for pumping and power generation, operating at low speed with mechanical fuel injection. The Southwell Stover stationary engine is a rare early internal combustion engine, likely dating from the late 1890s to early 1900s. Designed for industrial and agricultural use, it was commonly used to power pumps, generators, workshop machinery, and farm equipment. Built as a petrol engine, it features robust cast iron construction and a simple low-speed design focused on reliability. Operation is manual. The fuel is mixed and ignited via an early ignition system, and the engine is started by hand, usually with a flywheel. Once running, it delivers steady torque at low RPM, making it ideal for continuous stationary work in factories and rural settings. The Deutz MTZ 320 is a classic German tractor produced around 1934 to 1936. It uses a two-cylinder water-cooled diesel engine delivering about 36 to 40 horsepower. Designed for field and road work, it powered farming tasks and belt-driven machinery, supporting early agricultural mechanization. The engines displayed in Hall 5 represent important examples of mid-20th century industrial power technology. The Ruston 6VE, produced around the 1950s to 1960s, is a large diesel engine designed for stationary use, commonly driving generators, pumps, or industrial machinery. Despite minor fuel and injector issues, it demonstrates the durability and serviceability of heavy Ruston designs. The Allen 3S47 and Allen 6S37, built approximately in the 1940s to 1950s, were high-quality British diesel engines used for electricity generation, factory power, and standby applications. These engines were valued for their smooth running, reliable output, and long service life. Today, they serve as working historical exhibits, illustrating industrial engineering, maintenance practices, and the collaborative effort required to preserve large heritage engines for future generations. This 85 HP Bessemer engine, built around 1923, is a remarkable example of early industrial power. Originally designed as a steam engine and later converted to internal combustion, it runs at 250 RPM and is belt-driven to operate a sawmill. Engines like this were widely used in oil fields and industrial sites, providing reliable power for heavy machinery during the early 20th century. Urban's Tannkula motor is a Swedish hot bulb engine produced mainly in the early 1900s to 1930s. It was used for farming, pumping water, generators, and small industrial work. The engine operates at low speed, using a heated hot bulb for ignition instead of high compression. Starting requires preheating the bulb with a blowtorch, then hand cranking to begin operation. The Eagle 6A tractor, built around 1930 to 1938, used a 6-cylinder gasoline engine for farming and belt work. It was started by hand crank, operated at steady low RPM, and represented a modern, powerful design for its era. The Briggs & Stratton WMB is a 4-cycle, single-cylinder engine produced roughly from 1938 to 1957. It was commonly used to power early washing machines, small generators, garden tools, and light cultivators. Designed for simple operation, it uses a kickstarter and a suction carburetor, often without an air filter. Splash lubrication ensures reliability at low speeds, making it well suited for steady indoor and utility work in the mid-20th century. The 25 HP Otto engine was built in the early 1900s, around 1905 to 1915, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Designed for heavy industrial work, it originally powered a planing mill at the March Box factory in Bridgeport, PA. With strong, steady output and slow-speed operation, this engine was ideal for driving large machinery in factories. After decades in storage, its first run in over 90 years highlights the durability and engineering excellence of early American stationary engines. The Lister JP3 is a classic British three-cylinder diesel engine, produced from about 1929 to 1971, and widely respected for its strength and long service life. It was designed for industrial duties such as driving generators, water pumps, compressors, cement mixers, and other heavy machinery. With power ranging from roughly 27 to 35 horsepower at low engine speeds, it delivers strong torque and steady running. Operation is simple and robust, using mechanical fuel injection and slow-speed diesel combustion. Many units were hand-started or air-started, making them reliable in remote locations. Today, JP3 engines are still valued in heritage machinery and marine conversions. The 1929 McCormick Deering 10-20 tractor is a classic example of early American farm mechanization. Built by International Harvester during the 1923 to 1939 production era, it features a liquid-cooled four-cylinder engine designed to run on kerosene. Rated at 10 drawbar horsepower and 20 belt horsepower, the 10-20 was widely used for plowing, belt-driven machinery, and general farm work. Its reliability and simple design helped replace horsepower across farms in the late 1920s and 1930s. The 3 HP Ronaldson Tippet Austral lamp-start stationary engine is a classic example of early Australian industrial engineering produced in the late 1910s to early 1920s. Designed for reliability and simplicity, this engine was widely used on farms and small workshops to power equipment such as water pumps, generators, chaff cutters, and belt-driven machinery. This particular 1920 Austral runs on lighting kerosene, using a blow lamp for preheating before ignition, a common starting method of the era. Once warmed, the engine settles into a steady, rhythmic exhaust note that reflects its low-speed, high-torque character. Despite its modest 3 horsepower output, the engine delivers dependable pulling power and smooth operation, showcasing why these machines earned a reputation for durability. This final startup before being stored away again highlights not only the mechanical charm of the Austral, but also the craftsmanship behind early stationary engines, machines built to work hard, last decades, and leave a lasting mechanical legacy.